Yeah, the Lozier Center had this kind of gritty-ish feel to it, but so did we. Not only the women's basketball program, but all the sports programs before us. I think it's very important that we recognize the history of the building.
So if I was describing the Gordon Lozier Center, tough, resilient.
Lozier's taught me that there's been a lot of history here. There's been a lot of winning spirits and winning champions. We're a family here.
Some of those older baseball teams, the volleyball teams, the men's basketball team, we wouldn't have been able to start our program, and really appreciate all the blood, sweat, and tears that was put into Lozier.
You have a job and a responsibility to other number on that wall to win and add a banner. That's the ultimate goal at the end of the day. And it reminds you just all the history, the 40, 50 years that we've had here at Bellevue and all the winning that we've done there.
The reason I chose to come to this school and be a part of the program was players on the team, the coaches, the environment.
I think just because I walked through that gym on my recruit visit, practicing in there, so many memories, taking out the roof, taking out the lights. When you walk into the gym, it's just you feel a lot of love in that gym.
If the gym was a person, I'd probably give it a big hug.
And I had to say goodbye, I would just give them a giant dap-up hug.
The time and all the memories I've had there have been so many.
Or Google Play for Android.
Once again, we say good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from the new Bellevue University Fieldhouse. We bring you men's basketball action in the Frontier Conference. A big weekend for the Bellevue Bruins as they take on the team they're tied with for second place tonight and the team that's #1 in the conference tomorrow. Mick Krupski and Jake Janicek to bring in the broadcast tonight. The Bellevue Bruins currently 18-4 overall, receiving votes in the NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. 13-3 in second place in the conference, taking on the Carroll College Fighting Saints. The Fighting Saints at 15-6 overall and also 13-3 in the Frontier Conference. Should be a great matchup tonight as we get to the final couple of weekends of the 2025-26 conference slate. For the Bellevue Bruins in this 2026 calendar year, the Bruins at 6-3 overall after going 12-1 in 2025. The Bruins 1-1 last weekend on a road trip with a victory at Mayville State and a loss at Valley City State. For the Carroll College Fighting Saints, they had a 2-0 week last week. They are also 6-3 in the 2026 portion of the calendar. They defeated Montana Tech and Montana West last weekend at home. These two teams both can score a lot of points. The Bellevue Bruins average 83 points per game. The Carroll College Fighting Saints average 85 points per game. The Bruins a little bit better defensive statistics, allowing only 69 points a game. That's a 14-point differential. For the Fighting Saints, they average allowing 80 points per game, so that's a 5-point differential. Both teams on the floor. Now it'll be a battle of the purple tonight, as the Bruins will be wearing their white home uniforms with purple and gold trim. The Fighting Saints will be wearing purple uniforms with gold and white trim. Jake, give us some of your analysis to what to look for in tonight's contest.
Well, this is going to be a game between two bubble teams in the NAIA Hoops report. The Bellevue Bruins are projected to be an 11 seed, and Carroll is expected to be a 10. These two teams played earlier in the season where the Bruins were able to get a win when Carroll was number 15 in the nation. But one thing Carroll does well is they pass the ball really good. They had 21 assists in that first matchup against the Bruins. The Bruins were able to get helped out by Ahmad Bynum and R.J. Smith in that game last time out, and Jaden Phillips, they were able to combine for a good amount of points, 42 points in that game against Carroll. So it's going to be a fun matchup between two high-level teams, two teams at the top of the Frontier Conference, and I'm definitely expecting a fun one tonight.
Ahmad Bynum, as you mentioned, 20 points per game for him, leading the way for the Bruins. Jaden Phillips chips in 15, R.J. Smith with 12. Those are season averages. The Fighting Saints have 4 guys in double digits. Isaiah Crane is the guy to watch. Almost 20 points per game for him. He went off for 48 points earlier this season against Providence. Isaac Round averages over 13 points per game. Kellen Harrison just under 13. And Drew joins 11.5 points per game. So, as I mentioned, a lot of offense can be on display here tonight as these two teams about to take the court in the battle for second place in the Frontier Conference.
And I want to give a shout out to R.J. Smith last weekend. He had a career-high 15 rebounds in that win against Mayville, that 75-67 win. So expect R.J. to be a threat like he always is down low. And see if that big three with Jaden Phillips, R.J. Smith, and Ahmad Bynum can kind of take it to the Fighting Saints tonight.
Final words from their respective coaching staffs. For the Bellevue Bruins, Lucas Gabriel now in his 7th season at the helm, along with his assistants Connor Dukes, Jarrell Norman, and Vinny Belcaster. For the Carroll Fighting Saints, Dan Pearson in his 2nd year, the head guy, along with Brad Schmidt, Father Mark Linneman, and Jay Junghurst. Here's Simon Falcon, the PA announcer for the starting lineup.
Featuring the visiting Carroll College Fighting Saints and your Bellevue University Bruins. Bellevue University welcomes all student athletes, game officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA, Frontier Conference members are committed to the true spirit of competition by being a champion of character through the 5 NAIA core character values: integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. We ask each of you as a participant, official, or spectator to abide by these values, creating a positive environment in which our student athletes may participate, our game officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. Thank you for your support and cooperation. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the starters for the Fighting Saints of Carroll College. They enter tonight's game with an overall record of 15-7 and are 13-3 in Frontier Conference play. At guard, a 6-foot senior from Billings, Montana, number 0. Correction. Number 1, said Isaiah Crane, 6-foot from Portland, Oregon. Number 2 is Lawrence De La Cruz, 6-footer out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And number 14, sophomore guard from Bozeman, Montana, Kellen Harrison. Number 22, freshman out of Spokane, Washington, forward Nate Christie. And rounding up the starting lineup for the Fighting Saints, Isaac Round, Northampton, England, the 6'4" sophomore. Carroll College Fighting Saints are coached by Dan Pearson, his second season. He's assisted by Brad Schmidt, father Mark Lenneman, and Jay Jurgens. And now the starting lineup for your Bellevue University Bruins. Your Bruin entered tonight's game with an overall record of 18-4 and are 13-3 in Frontier Conference play. At guard, a 5'11" senior from Hayward, California, number 2, J.J. Montgomery. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 11, Ahmed Bynum. At guard, a 6'5" senior from Oakland, California, number 12, Jaden Phillips. At forward, a 6'6" junior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 15, Liam Thompson. And at center, a 6'8" senior from El Dorado Hills, California, 55, R.J. Smith. Bruins are coached by Lucas Gabriel in his 7th season. He's assisted by Connor Dukes, Darrell Norman, and Vinny Belcaster.
All right, there's the whistle. We're ready to get underway. Again, the Bruins in the white uniforms with purple trim. The Fighting Saints in the purple uniforms with the gold and white trim. Here we go. Fighting Saints with the opening possession. Isaiah Crane with the basketball across the way to Lawrence De La Cruz. He's into the lane, bounce pass back over to Crane.
Yeah, De La
back
Cruz.
to Cruz. They're playing catch back and forth. Other 3 teammates have yet to touch the basketballs. Those 2 guys trying to work in the lane. The shot down the lane, off the rim, and in. Isaiah Crane with the first basket of the night.
Yeah, Carroll, similar to their women's team, provides a lot of pressure on the defensive end. Already showing a press here early. Player to watch for on the Fighting Saints is going to be De La Cruz, just getting his second honor as a Defensive Player of the Week in the Frontier Conference with 6 steals in their win against Montana Western.
First foul of the game going over the back. That'll go against Nate Christie. The Bruins trying to get the entry pass into R.J. Smith down low.
Last time out for the Bruins against Carroll, Nate Christie kind of snuck up on them, usually only averaging 9.4 a game. Was able to get 18 points against the Bruins on 8-11 shooting.
Ahmad Bynum, the trigger man on the entry play. Here's the Bruins on their first offensive possessions. Jaden Phillips over the top to J.J. Montgomery. Back to Jaden. Jaden into the lane. Pull-up jump shot from about 7 or 8 feet. Rattles, won't go in. Liam Thompson, however, gets the offensive rebound. And then he's fouled on the slap underneath. That'll go against Isaac Round. Oh, excuse me, that'll go against Isaiah Crane. First personal for him. Second team foul. 2 team fouls already in the opening minute of tonight's contest. R.J. Smith with the entry pass. His pass is deflected out of bounds by Nate Christie. So kind of a stop and start first possession for the Bruins.
Yeah, definitely a little bit slow here, but pretty important for Carroll to already have 2 fouls here in the early going. That's something that can provide a lot of help if the Bruins can already have free throws before it gets pretty early.
RJ muscling his way in the lane. Shot no good. Loose ball is corralled across the way by Kellen Harrison. He comes out on the run. Ahead to De La Cruz. His pass across the way to Nate Christie for the basket.
Yeah, really nice job right there from De La Cruz. Able to kind of pass that off, realizing he didn't have the shot, and up and in, and Carroll with a quick 4-point lead.
Montgomery, J.J. Montgomery. Senior drives in lane, bounce pass to R.J. Smith, fellow senior, fellow Californian. Here's Jaden Smith, another Californian, another senior. His 3-point attempt is off the mark. The Bruins are 0 for on their opening couple of possessions. Harrison on the drive, doesn't have numbers, so he'll hold it up. Kick out pass, 3-point attempt by Isaac Round. That's off the mark. Liam Thompson with his second rebound of the game. 1 on offensive side, 1 on the defensive side. Ahmad Bynum, his first shot of the night, off the front of the rim, no good. R.J. Smith had the rebound momentarily and then gets tied up with Kellen Harrison. Possession arrow pointing to the Bellevue Bruins.
You can already tell here early, this is going to be a high-intensity game. Both ends of the floor, both teams playing really physical.
Bruins won the opening matchup back on January 3rd by a score of 81-77. These two teams have been in the NAIA top 25 or receiving votes for a good chunk of the year. Nice pass inside, but R.J. Smith in traffic couldn't get the bucket to go in. Harrison quickly ahead, leaves it behind, and that's going to go off Liam Thompson out of bounds. It'll be Carroll College basketball. Carroll College named after Bishop John Carroll, the founder of the university. A Catholic school in Helena, Montana. So welcome to all our visitors listening in from Big Sky Country, the treasure state of Montana. Thompson gets the rebound after the miss inside. Christie had a pretty good look, couldn't get it to go down. Ahmad Bynum had another three-point attempt. That one also a little bit short. One-armed rebound by Isaac Round. Quickly ahead, it's a track meet. De La Cruz comes to a jump stop near the free throw line. Whistle blows. And we've got an issue, I think. Oh, yeah, it's, the shot clock is stuck on 30. First year for this new field house for the Bellevue Bruins. Still working out some of the kinks. We had this issue a couple of games ago with the shot clock, and somebody's going to get a big sledgehammer to threaten it. I think that worked last time. Well, hopefully it'll work again this time. Hey, we invite you to be part of our broadcast. Mick Krupski here along with Jake Janasek. If you want to send along your greetings, our text number is 402-515-7654. We invite you to be part of the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Again, that number 402-515-7654. Bruin fans, you've had that all season long. In fact, Leon's Mimi Kay and friend sister Mary and Chris cheering for the Bruins in Tennessee. Miss Papa Charlie cheering with us. So we got a girls' night out at Tennessee. Glad you guys are with us, listening in. As the whatever the issue was seems to be corrected, and we're back to the action. 24 seconds left on the shot clock on this possession for the Fighting Saints of Carroll College. Bounce pass, shot inside, friendly roll off the rim. The basket by Nate Christie off the assist from De La Cruz.
Yeah, Nate Christie already off to a fast start. Bruins need to get a bucket here, moving really slow on offense here in the early going.
Over 2.5 minutes have gone by. Bruins still got a goose egg. Nice pass inside from Jaden Phillips to R.J. Smith, but it's ripped out of his hands by Harrison. Shot clock continues for the Bruins. J.J. Montgomery from the corner. That's off the front of the rim. Liam Thompson with another rebound. Fresh 20 on the second chance shot clock. Here's Jaden Phillips driving. Has the ball ripped out of his hands. I think De La Cruz was the one that got that one. He lost his glasses in the process. Ahmad Bynum trying to steal it back, but instead a timeout called. Carroll College with the basketball. Kellen Harrison on the floor. I don't know if he got the timeout called or his head coach Dan Pearson did. Any way you look at it, Carroll College maintains the possession, but they use a timeout.
And honestly, yeah, the Carroll used that timeout, but I think that's a timeout that Coach Gabriel definitely wanted himself to kind of just slow it down a bit. Right now, offense just seems to be a bit out of sort for the Bruins, not able to get a lot of buckets, but that's a lot to the physicality of the Fighting Saints. They've just been able to cause a lot of issues down low, and on the offensive end, Nate Christie, who I said earlier, scored 18 points in that first matchup against the Bruins, and he's not looking to slow down here as he already has 4 quick ones today.
Bruins 0 for 7 on their starts, on their shots from the floor here tonight. That's pretty unusual for a team that averages 83 points per game. Timeout concluded. Back to the action. It's Carroll possession.
Bruins been coming out in their man-to-man defense. They've been doing that a lot this year.
Whistle blows as Isaiah Crane goes up for the shot. The foul's going to go against Ahmad Bynum, who got a little piece of the arm, so 2 free throws upcoming. First personal, first team foul against the Bruins as Isaiah Crane, a sophomore out of Portland, Oregon, will step to the free throw line. Crane, the leading scorer for the Fighting Saints, just under 20 points per game. One of the top 5 scorers in the conference, along with Ahmad Bynum. So a 7-0 start for the visitors from Helena, the capital of Big Sky Country. And both free throws converted. The Bruins down by 8. Backcourt pressure once again shown by the Fighting Saints.
Yeah, trying to just slow down this Bruins offense, and so far it's turned to be successful for the Fighting Saints.
Liam Thompson with the dribble across the timeline, setting up the Bruins on offense. Here's Jaden Phillips. He's harassed. The shot from distance by Montgomery is no good. Another Bruin miss. Harrison with the rebound for the Fighting Saints, and they're on the run once again.
Now 0 for 8 to start this game. That's something that Coach Gabriel will not be happy about.
Trying to work inside is Nate Christie. Ball loose in the backcourt as Ahmad Bynum hits the floor hard, trying to get possession. Shot clock continues to go down, and a basket made by Lawrence De La Cruz. It's a double-digit lead to start the game. Not the way Lucas Gabriel and the Bruins wanted this one to develop. Tipped out of bounds by Lawrence De La Cruz, the reigning Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Bellevue's J.J. Montgomery and Liam Thompson have also earned that honor in conference. Checking into the game, Drew Jones, Pulliup, Washington native. First time we've mentioned his name tonight. Bruins basketball. R.J. Smith comes to greet it. J.J. Montgomery.
Yeah, right now you just got to work through your offense here. You're not going to get 10 points in one possession. You just need to go slow.
There it
is.
Phillips. All right, Jaden Phillips delivers the first basket of the evening for the Bruins. That should untrack the home squad, huh? Very physical first half of the game. We've seen bodies on the floor. We've seen several shots to heads, and not intentional, but there's a nice moving shot by Isaiah Crane. Bank shot off the board.
And that's something Isaiah Crane is going to be doing all game. He's their primary scorer in their offensive focal point. Scores efficiently at all 3 levels and plays heavy minutes. He's pretty much been their go-to option all season at 19.8 points a game.
Crane 6 points thus far. Bruins good ball movement. Jaden Phillips behind the 3-point arc, bounces in and out. The rebound pulled down by Crane. Another body on the floor down on the offensive end.
Yeah, Bruins desperately want to get to this media timeout right here, just trying to regroup.
A little runner in the lane. A shot by Kellen Harrison, the Bozeman, Montana native, and the timeout called by Lucas Gabriel. He's not going to wait. He'll take the timeout here, and they'll save the under 15 for later on. 30-second timeout by Lucas Gabriel. Again, in his 7th year leading the Bellevue program. One of the better starts of the season. Bruins got off to an 11-0 start. 18-4 as of right now. Connor Dukes, a former Bellevue player. Vinny Belcaster, a former Bellevue player. And Jarrell Norman, the 3 assistant coaches on his staff. Dan Pearson, in his 2nd year, heading the Carroll College program. He has 3 assistants here today. Brad Schmidt, Father Mark Lenneman, and Jay Jurgens. And it's a pink out night here at Bellevue. The women's team with special warm-ups. Pink out night, a recognition of the fight against breast cancer.
And they gave us the nice warm-outs,
yeah.
Nick, so we're dressed up a bit as well for the pink out today. But right now, I think with the Bruins, they just got to, try to make the offense come to them. Moving very fast. A lot of shots have been in early parts of the shot clock, and that can be due to Carroll's defense causing some turnovers so far in this game. Bruins with 1 so far, but, down by 12, especially when it's early, you just got to play like it's a tied game. You can't try to score in bunches. Gotta let the offense come to you. And I bet Coach Gabriel's just trying to calm his team down in the timeout. And it looks like Jermaine Halliburton's gonna be checking in. He's been a player that's kind of been equalizer for the Bruins here and there, where he can kind of get a run going.
Bruins averaging 48% shooting on the season, only 10% so far tonight. 1 out of 10. That's easy to do math. Fighting Saints, 50% on the season, 75% on the game so far. Again, we have some discussion. Looks like we have a review underway down with the officials. Adam Watts, our review official.
1 on 12.
It looked like I kind of heard in my ear, it kind of said something about something on 12. Jaden Phillips looks to be pretty upset about it. I'm not too sure what they're calling against Jaden right here.
It looks like it's going to be a technical foul against Jaden. And it'll be Isaac Round who will shoot the free throw.
I kind of wonder what happened there, especially during a timeout. I know sometimes in the season, Jaden's kind of like walked over and kind of by the other team's timeout. I couldn't see exactly what he did there. So
first free throw is off the mark, but it does count as a personal foul against Jaden. And second one is good. So 15-2 our score with just under 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes elapsed in this opening half of action. All right, back to the play, Bruins basketball. Here is Jermaine Halliburton, just checked in during the timeout, as Jake mentioned. Also into the game, Deng Zhao. Here's Ahmad Bynum. His pass is tipped away. Good anticipation by Kellen Harrison. He'll get the pretty much uncontested layup, and the lead grows to 15 points. Backcourt pressure. Bynum dribbles across the timeline. Matt Mathak also into the game for the Bruins. Down goes Bynum. Foul's going to go against Drew Jones. His first personal, third team foul against Carroll. Ahmad will get 2 free throws here in the act of shooting.
I think this is the perfect time for the Bruins to get to the line, kind of see the ball go through the hoop, and maybe that can help them kind of calm down, just make offense a bit easier for them.
First free throw is good. J.J. Montgomery back in the game, replacing Jaden Phillips. And both free throws converted by Bynum for his first 2 points of the night. Ahmad kind of a one-man backcourt press there. Crane able to get around it. Nice give and go inside.
So far, pretty good passing for Carroll, but Burton's kind of trying to shorten it down on defense.
Jones underneath, too far underneath. His first shot off the bottom of the backboard. Second one overshoots, so a good look, but the Bruin defense able to clear it away.
Yeah, good job by Deng Zhao
Halliburton on
there.
the drive, and the backhanded layup is good. His first basket of the night. The Bruins with 4 points in a row for the first time tonight.
Yeah, needed a bucket right there. Cut this down to 11. Just keep chipping away here in the first half and not make it as bad as it is.
Into the hands of Crane, now loose on the floor. Ahmad Bynum coming away with it. He's going one-on-one. The defensive play made by Isaac Round, and it'll be Carroll College basketball.
Yeah, just unfortunate right there for Ahmad. Kind of went in right into 2 defenders, and it's tough to make that layup against that type of defense.
Just didn't quite get it high enough off the backboard for it to go through the hoop. So the Fighting Saints have another possession. They've enjoyed the start of this first half of tonight's action. The new Fieldhouse holds over 1,000 people. We've got several hundred in attendance here tonight, including a sizable crowd making their way down from Montana. We see a lot of people here in Carroll sweatshirts and gear.
But they kind of blend in with the purple.
And standing on the baseline is Gavin Gross, so the turnover gives the ball back to the Bruins. Yeah, the Battle of Purple tonight. Second ever meeting between these two squads. The first one taking place early in January in Helena. The Bruins come away with a 4-point victory in that one. Halliburton almost lost the basketball handles, but able to get it back, gets it to Bynum. Now Halliburton left alone behind the 3-point arc. Jermaine off the front of the rim, but a great job by Matt Mathak for the offensive rebound. A fresh 20 for the Bruins.
Gotta take advantage here on second chance points for the Bruins.
Bynum with a couple of big steps in the lane, and the floater goes in. Second basket of the night for Ahmad Bynum.
Just like that, a quick 6-0 run for the Bruins, kind of giving them some more confidence on offense.
Good anticipation once again by Bynum for the steal, and he'll be fouled by Gavin Gross going in for the layup. Ahmad's been on the floor 3 or 4 times already in this first half of action. He gets up kind of gingerly.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of work here in the early going to get this game a bit closer, but Bruins trying to make this 6-0 run into an 8-0 run here on the free throws from Ahmad Bynum.
Ahmad will step back for a couple of seconds, gets a deep breath, and 2 more free throws coming out of his hand. First one is good. He's 3 for 3 from the line. Back into the game comes Nate Christie, one of the starting 5, a freshman out of Spokane, Washington. And again, free throws on the mark.
Quick 8-0 run for the Bruins, cutting this down to 7, looking to get some more stops here on the defensive end.
De La Cruz pull-up jump shot is good from about 10 feet inside the free throw line. Second basket of the game for him. Lead grows back to 9 at 19-10. De La Cruz harassing Halliburton at the top of the key. Here's Deng Zhao.
De La Cruz very good at getting steals. Got the Defensive Player of the Week honors for 6 steals. He's had a career high of 8. So very active hands that the Bruins have to watch out for.
Bruins working the left side of the floor. Step back shot by Halliburton. 3-point attempt is no good. The rebound to Nate Christie.
Yeah, Jermaine just not having his feet set there, having to fade away on that 3, making it a bit tough.
Crane gives to De La Cruz, number 1 and number 2 on the roster. Here's Drew Jones. Back to Jones. Shot clock down to single digits. Jones tries to drive into the lane. Denied there by Deng Zhao. And again, stepping on the baseline when receiving the pass. Second time that Gavin Gross has been caught with that.
Yeah, and that's a tough one. I mean, you kind of been seeing that turnover more and more in basketball. We've seen that definitely a few times this season, but this is an unfortunate thing. Got to know where you're at, especially because both those ones have been open 3-pointers from the corner that could have helped out the Fighting Saints here.
There's a big, deep, wide purple line, but there's a white line on both edges of that purple stripe. All that paint is out of bounds. Here's J.J. Montgomery. Into Deng Zhao. R.J. Smith back into the game for the Bruins. Kick out pass back into R.J., and that's going to be a foul going over the back against Nate Christie. Second personal against Christie.
Yeah.
15 foul against Carroll College. Again, 7 is when you shoot the 1-and-1. 10 team fouls is when you get the double bonus.
That's a big one if Nate Christie with his second personal could be going to the bench here.
Ahmad Bynum looks to see where he is. Shot a little bit short, follows his shot, gets the layup. Nice job, and again, on the floor, Ahmad Bynum hits the deck, but gets the bucket. 8 points for Ahmad.
Just good fundamental basketball right there. Always following your shot, you can end up getting an offensive board, and Bynum was able to take advantage there.
Jones trying to turn the corner. R.J. Smith denies him entry into the lane. De La Cruz the step back, off the back of the rim, no good. Tip back out, nice play inside by Christie to keep it alive on the set, but stolen away. Jermaine Halliburton coming away with the basketball. Deng Zhao almost had it stripped away. Halliburton saves it on that far sideline. Shot clock halfway through. Bynum trying to work his magic. Now inside to R.J. Smith. R.J. gets bumped on the shot. No foul called.
No, R.J. Smith, that's definitely his spot. Just not able to knock that one down there to cut this lead to 5.
Bounce pass by Jones in the lane. High off the board. Nice job by Kellen Harrison to make himself available off that assist from Drew Jones.
What a back cut. Back cut, one of the harder things to defend in basketball, and Carroll's been able to do that a couple times tonight.
21-12 our score. Back to a 9-point lead for the visitors from Montana. Spin move. Bynum finds some space, elevates, floats, and scores. Foul going to go against Kellen Harrison. His first personal, 6th team foul. And we'll have our under 10-minute timeout with 9:07 remaining in the first half of action. Carroll College Fighting Saints 21, the Bellevue University Bruins 14.
Kind of halfway through this first half here, kind of looking at some stats. Cruz has 4 points for Carroll, and Harrison's added 6, with Christie having 4 as well, but he just went to the bench. Leading scorer for the Fighting Saints, Crane, is adding 6. Ahmad Bynum has led the way for the Bruins here in the first half with 10 points. Halliburton's gotten 2, and Phillips has gotten 2 as well. But despite struggling early in this game offensively, the Bruins had to be happy with only being down by 7, because there's a point there it was a bit of a worrisome to get out of hand, but a smart timeout by Coach Gabriel to kind of bring it back a bit. But Bruins still only shooting 26% versus Carroll's 64%. That seems pretty high, but a couple of turnovers by Carroll has kind of evened that range with them having 3.
A couple of texts in the queue. Go Bruins, let's get the W. Go JJ from Hayward, California. JJ's dad says he'll be out here for senior night. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. Carroll cheers from Montana and Idaho for number 12. They call him the foreman, Aiden McGarvin. Carroll College, Aiden's McGarvin. And one more, watching from Caldwell, Idaho. Go number 12 for Carroll Caldwell. That's Aiden McGarvin. That's the Aiden McGarvin fan club joining us tonight. Thanks for listening in to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network as we've got a 21-15 game. More good free throw shooting. Narrows the deficit. R.J. Smith with a rejection on the drive by Isaiah Crane.
Great defensive play by R.J. Smith.
Again, we've talked all season long about how R.J. worked so hard in the offseason, remolding his body into the force he has become. Bynum off the mark on that one. Bynum only 3 for 7 thus far tonight. But he has accumulated 11 points. He's been good at the free throw line as well. De La Cruz from behind the arc. That rattles out. R.J. Smith with a defensive rebound.
R.J. Smith, the main rebounder for this Bruins team, and last week had 15 rebounds in that game against Mayville, his career high, and he's just been a threat down low for the Bruins all year.
Averaging 8 rebounds per game. That was a great one last weekend. Into RJ to Liam Thompson. Assist to RJ, basket for Liam. Down to a 4-point game.
And RJ Smith, he's one of the big guys down low that's able to pass the ball at a high level. Good assist right there to Liam Thompson.
That one deflects off one of the Saints' bodies, but saved by Isaiah Crane. He'll launch a 3-pointer. That one rattles and stays down.
Well, the bench seemed to be pretty upset there. Thought it maybe have touched that white line, but Crane able to not make that an issue at all, taking this lead back to 7.
Montgomery across the timeline, over to Thompson. Let's see what the Bruins have in mind for this possession. Jaden Phillips back on the floor for the Bruins. He'll drive left side, and he'll draw the foul. He won't get the basket, but he will get 2 free throws as Isaiah Crane will be called for that one. And that'll be his 2nd personal foul. Jaden at the free throw line, 2nd leading scorer for the Bruins, 75% free throw shooter on the year. That one doesn't go down. Jaden averaging over 15 points per game. Matt Mathak back in for the Bruins, along with Drew Jones for the Fighting Saints. We need a sneeze switch.
I know. I was like just thinking, I was like, a little cough button in case, you know, don't have to take my whole headset off.
2nd free throw is good for Jaden. 3 points tonight so far for him. Isaac Round basketball. He's out of Northampton, England. A couple of international players, one from England, one from Canada. The Canadian is Lawrence De La Cruz.
Well, that's one thing, that European basketball has just become bigger and bigger, and a lot of the players have kind of moved here to the U.S. to kind of have a chance to play professionally here.
Round pounds his way down low, working against J.J. Montgomery, a size mismatch, and he scores the bucket on the play.
Ooh, I
close.
think, yeah, very close to travel right there. Looks like he took a couple of steps with that spin.
Here's Thompson again with the basketball, now to Jaden Phillips. Battle of number 12s. Matt Mathak working his way inside, scoring the basket. First bucket of the night from Matt, the sophomore out of Council Bluffs, Iowa. Back to Crane. Mathak uses his body, but then falls to the floor, so Crane able to get the little shot inside from about 7 or 8 feet.
Yeah, Mathak looks to have a bit of a, look to be limping just a little bit coming after that fall. Hopefully he's okay.
Might have got like a knee to the muscle on that lower leg. Got it knotted up a little bit. That's a traveling violation. Matt got his feet going a little too happy before the dribble. So the turnover against the Bruins, just their third. Both teams doing a pretty good job handling the ball despite the pressure.
But after the Bruins have kind of fought back here, Carroll has responded, making 3 of their last 3 field goals to stretch his lead back out to 8.
Elijah Sherwood checks into the game for the first time tonight. Up and under, no good. Follow-up, however, is good. Right place, right time for Aiden McGarvin to get the basket off the miss underneath.
I'm not in.
Thought somebody talked about a timeout, but I guess not.
I think Coach Gabriel got a warning by the referee there, it looked like, because he pointed at Coach.
Oh, okay.
And something. So I wonder if Coach Gabriel maybe wasn't happy with something there on the defensive end and got a warning. So luckily no tech for Coach Lucas Gabriel.
Bruins already with 1 technical foul on the game. That went against Jaden Phillips. Jaden with the basketball here to the near side. Matt Mathok, double teamed, finds the open man. The drive by Sherwood, nothing available there, so he'll kick it back out. Shot clock down to 5 for the Bruins. Jaden has an open look for 3 and knocks it down as the buzzer sounds. Jaden Phillips, his first triple of the night.
Big 3 right there from Jaden Phillips. Kind of gives him some confidence after the slow start here in the first half.
Round with the basketball. Halliburton picked his pocket, but they say got a little too much body. These officials are really trying to clamp down on the players.
Yeah, it seemed like they kind of let a lot. Yeah, and Coach, it seemed like they kind of let a lot go early in this game, and now that it's kind of gotten a lot more physical, they've been really cracking down a little bit. And you know, I usually like to not go after officials too much because their job is pretty hard, but you know, you kind of want to see them call the game the same way throughout and not kind of change just kind of midway through, especially midway through the first half.
All right, we're at our under 5-minute media timeout. Our score, the Fighting Saints 30 and the home team Bruins 23. 4:54 remaining in this first half of action between these two teams that are 13-3 in the Frontier Conference, tied for second place behind Rocky Mountain College. Rocky Mountain will be here tomorrow to take on the Bruins.
And Rocky
while
Mountain,
Carroll will be on the road up to Dakota State.
And I believe Rocky Mountain also another top team in the Frontier Conference that's coming here in the BU Fieldhouse. So Bellevue with a tough couple games here, but luckily you get them in your home stretch.
I think at one point there were 5, maybe 6 of the 12 schools in the Frontier Conference that were rated in the NAIA coaches top 25 poll or receiving votes just outside that poll. Brutus the Bruin on hand again tonight across the way. Number 66 on his jersey. That was the year 1966 that Bellevue University, then Bellevue College, was founded. More historical trivia for you here. How's that? That was my old job. I was a high school history teacher for a bunch of years.
Hey, we always like the old stats, Mick. You never get old of them.
Bounce pass inside to McGarvin. He'll put up a shot. It won't go down, but he'll draw the foul on the play. McGarvin and Drew Jones trying to do kind of a 2-man show. 2 free throws upcoming for Aiden. Senior out of Eagle, Idaho. First one won't go down. 7-point lead. Carroll College has led this entire first half. They got off to a great start. Double-digit lead before we were 4 minutes into this one. Second free throw by McGarvin does find the mark. And now an 8-point ball game.
Yeah, the Bruins kind of were able to stop the bleeding a little bit after that 17-4 start, but Carroll's been able to kind of have a response for everything the Bruins have been doing lately after their spark.
Open lane for Liam Thompson down the right side. He offers that one up off the glass, his second bucket.
Good job right there from Liam Thompson, able to drive it in. And
McGarvin stopped in the lane by contact. Pull-up jump shot from behind the free throw line is good by Drew Jones.
And that's kind of been the spot for Carroll. They've been very good in a threat at the mid-range against the Bruins defense today.
Oh, Ahmad Bynum had that one just go off his hands. It was a nice bounce pass, but Ahmad was thinking about the flush before the catch.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you think about what's going to be coming ahead of that play and just wasn't able to get his eye off it. And you see that a lot with, like, wide receivers in football, it seems, where they see the big lane and they end up dropping the ball, not keeping their eyes on it.
So both teams have done a good job avoiding the turnovers. That's just the 4th turnover against Bellevue, only 3 against the Fighting Saints. De La Cruz with the basketball, trying to work the right side of the lane, unable to make a penetration. Back in his hands goes baseline this time. R.J. Smith denies any further progress. Bounce pass inside to Christie. He's double teamed. Back to De La Cruz. Pull-up jumper from the elbow is good. De La Cruz, another basket for him. His 2nd of the night. Make that his 3rd of the night.
And Carroll now back up to a double-digit lead here as we get to the 3-minute mark.
R.J. Smith with his nice move inside. Little baby hook over that left shoulder.
But Carroll right back. Oh, looks like it'd be a foul down low, but Carroll's just been, anytime it's been a made basket by the Bruins, Carroll's just been able to try to track meet it up and get a quick bucket.
Fouls goes against Jaden Phillips, his 2nd personal foul. 15 fouls, so still not a shooting situation. Elijah Sherwood checks back in for the Bruins, replacing Jaden Phillips. Back into the hands of Isaiah Crane. He's acted as the point guard for most of the evening for the Saints. Spin move inside. RJ makes a difficult shot. Inside, knocked away by Bynum. Kicked out to De La Cruz. He's off the mark. Liam Thompson pulls down the rebound for the Bellevue Bruins. His 5th board leading the Bruins tonight. Thompson down into the lane. He goes up and under, and another basket for Liam Thompson. He has 6 points tonight.
Bruins starting to heat up from the field. 5 of their last 5, and just like that, their shooting percentage is up to 40.
Bruins started the game shooting 10%. They're up to 40% now, so a 30% increase is pretty darn good. Ahmad Bynum. Oh, that's Elijah Sherwood, excuse me. Had the tip away. Officials. And we've got a stoppage. Not quite sure why.
Looks like something Carroll's head coaches seems to be complaining about.
Well, both head coaches were complaining, I believe.
Yeah.
Lucas Gabriel was the first to get up, and then it was Dan Pearson's turn. And are we going to have another issue with the clock? Yes, we are.
So some technical difficulties today, unfortunately, and both coaches aren't happy.
And we're back to the action. 2:12 remaining in the half, 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock on this possession for Carroll College. The drive on the play, pass inside, nice turnaround on the shot by Nate Christie with the left hand off the assist from Crane.
Yeah, Nate Christie with his 2 personal fouls kind of came up here late and able to get a big bucket for the Fighting Saints.
R.J. Smith comes to the rescue at the high post. Bounce pass to Liam Thompson. Kick out pass to Sherwood. He's trying to drive the lane. Not available. Here's Ahmad Bynum. Up and under, and the shot is good. How about a step in front of the free throw line? Now again, another floater by Ahmad Bynum.
I don't know how he's able to get that shot up. Multiple defenders over, unbalanced and everything, and Ahmad Bynum able to knock it down. That just shows the athleticism that kind of led him to being a former Division I player.
DePaul and Texas El Paso, the 2 NCAA Division I schools he played for in his career. Bynum there with a one-arm rebound. So the Bruins, a defensive stop, a little over a minute to go in this first half. Down by 6, they'd love to make it less than that. And there's going to be an offensive foul. Elijah Sherwood will be called for the foul.
Coach Gabriel doesn't seem to be too happy about it, talking to the official over there, but you know, Coach Gabriel's already got his warning today, so she's going to try to be a bit nice.
Tip of the cap to the Bellevue guy doing a mop duty, wiping up that perspiration. Under a minute to go in the first half. Ball in the hands of Isaac Round, and now out of the hands of Nate Christie as he couldn't handle that pass.
That's a big turnover right here. I would look for the Bruins to try to get a 2-for-1 here, trying to score before 30 seconds is left and maybe get another possession.
Liam Thompson's handled the ball quite a bit tonight. Forward by position, but another three-point attempt for the Bruins. That one's no good by Sherwood. Knocked away into the hands of Isaiah Crane. About a 1 second difference between game and shot clock. Dan Pearson up off the bench to tell his team to hold it for a final shot. So for the next 10 seconds or so, we'll watch Lawrence De La Cruz just kind of dribble off to the side of the face of Brutus the Bruin. Now he'll penetrate, now he'll elevate, and he'll score.
He's been able to hit a couple of those mid-range. It's a tough shot to guard for R.J. Smith.
Liam Thompson from behind the arc, that's no good. And our first half will come to an end. The Carroll College Fighting Saints 39, the Bellevue University Bruins 31.
Kind of looking at the stats here as we are into halftime. Carroll has been led by Crane, their leading scorer. He's been able to get 11 points for him, adding on 3 rebounds and 4 assists. De La Cruz, the defensive player of the week, has 8 points, shooting 4 for 6. Harrison's added 6, and Christie's added 6 as well. Kind of moving over to the Bellevue Bruins, Ahmad Bynum has led the way, 13 points on 4 of 9 shooting and 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Jaden Phillips and Liam Thompson both adding 6, and R.J. Smith adding 2, along with Halliburton and Mathok.
The Fighting Saints averaging 50% shooting on the season. They're at 61% tonight, so 11 above their average. The Bellevue Bruins averaging 48% from the floor, 43 tonight, so that's -5. So the Bruins have made up some territory after that terrible start, but still a ways to go. All right, Jake and I are going to take about a 7 or 8 minute break. When we come back, we'll have more basketball coming your way. Again, let's give you that text message number, 402-515-7654. If you'd like to join us, let us know who you are, where you are, who you're rooting for, any words of wisdom within reason that you want us to pass along. 402-515-7654. More basketball coming your way in a bit right here on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network.
Welcome back into the Bellevue Sports Network. We have a match between the Bellevue Bruins and the Carroll Fighting Saints. Carroll Fighting Saints are up 39-31, and right now we're getting to that point in the season where wondering where you're going to be in the postseason is starting to matter. I kind of went through with help from the NAIA Hoops Report. They kind of posted their own bracketology, kind of showing some quad 1 and quad 2 wins, kind of similar to how the NCAA does, and they kind of have their own thing like the net rankings where they combine RPI and strength of schedule. So right now the Bellevue Bruins are projected to be an 11 seed at this point in time. They're 6-2 in quad 1 and 2, but the Bruins kind of have lost to a couple bad teams with 2 losses in quad 4, but undefeated in quad 3. They're 61 in their version of the net rankings. Going to Carroll. Carroll right now is predicted to be a 10 seed, but they're 27 in the net, having a lot of very impressive 8 total wins in quad 1 and 2, 4 alone in quad 1, and all their 6 losses has come against them. They have not had any losses in quad 3 and 4. So just a little look at some of the projections for going into the postseason, and right now this is a game between 2 teams that are kind of on that bubble line, maybe trying to fight for that automatic bid in the Frontier Conference. And right now Carroll's had the upper hand, but any team that can win this can definitely help their resume going into the postseason.
Frontier Conference does get 2 schools that automatically will advance to the NAIA National Basketball Tournament, so that helps. For many years, Bellevue has been part of conferences that had less than 12 players, so they only got 1, the conference tournament champion, so you had to be on your best behavior when you were playing tournament basketball in the conference. Jake, thanks for going through all that, amassing all those details and explaining it to us as we get ready for the second half. That's a minute or so away. Both teams back out on the floor. Bellevue still shooting around. Carroll College huddled around their bench on this right side of our screen. Again, the Bruins in the white uniforms. The Fighting Saints in the purple uniforms as we get ready for half number 2.
Yeah, and kind of going back to that with the 2 bids, NAIA Hoops Report, they are projecting that Rocky Mountain and Carroll will get those 2 automatic seeds in the Frontier Conference, with Bellevue still in that bubble in line.
All right, a couple of more text messages have come in during halftime. Let's go Bruins, go get them. Number 12 from San Antonio. That's got to be Dennis Fountain, the father of E. Fountain, Bellevue volleyball star. Thanks for joining us, Dennis. Appreciate you listening in. Come on, Bruins, you got this. Show them what you got. That comes from Grand Liz. All right, thanks again to both of these folks for watching us tonight on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Mick Krupski here, Jake Janosek there. As we left for our halftime break, there was a technical foul called on the Bellevue Bruins against Jaden Phillips. So we'll start off the second half with free throws here before we even get underway with the actual action. Isaiah Crane will step to the free throw line for those 2 free throws. So Jaden Phillips picks up his 3rd foul with that technical.
Yeah, definitely a tough way to start, giving up a couple free throws to Carroll, since the Bruins have been fighting a lot back in this game after being down early 17-4 and getting it back to single digits. But Carroll with a couple ones here, and hopefully Jaden Phillips doesn't pick up too many fouls here in the second half.
Nobody in any really critical foul trouble except for Jaden with those 3. Nobody else with more than 2. All right, so 40-31 is how we go, as 1 of 2 free throws made by Crane. And Carroll will have the opening possession of this second half. All right, back to the action. Ball movement to the right side. And a whistle. And again, we've got an issue with the shot clock. They'll say 5 seconds should have elapsed. Probably was more, but that's
best guess.
Who's gonna argue with that? So 25 seconds remaining on this possession for Carroll College. Now they'll work it to the left side. Here comes Kellum Harrison back to our near side. Isaiah Crane tries to drive the right side of the lane over the top of R.J. Smith. R.J. intimidated the shot. Ahmad Bynum with the defensive rebound.
Isaiah Crane led the way for the Saints in that first half with 12 points, and able to pick up that one there. Good defense by Bynum.
R.J. Smith double team, but that leaves Liam Thompson available. Assist to R.J., basket for Liam.
Liam Thompson with 8 points in this game. 4 for 4 from the field has been a really good spark of offense for the Bruins, especially when they have needed it.
Liam known for his defensive and rebounding ability, so 8 points. A good output, a good addition from him. Isaac Round, top of the key to the near side to De La Cruz. Pull up jump shot from the elbow. He's made a couple of them on the other end of the floor, but from that same elbow spot off the side of the free throw area.
Yeah, that mid-range definitely seems to get his spot. That might be something that the Bruins are going to have to add into that adjustment to try and kind of stop that easy mid-range for De La Cruz.
Bruins back to work on offense. Successful on their first trip this half. Trying to go 2 for 2. R.J. Smith has it slide out of his hand, and a whistle blows from the outside official. Nate Christie disagrees with the call as he picks up his 3rd personal foul. He'll be the first one in that category for the Fighting Saints. R.J. will get a couple of free throws.
So both players that kind of led the way in that first matchup between Carroll. Nate Christie had 18 points. He's got 3 personal. Jaden Phillips combined with Ahmad Bynum for 42 points. He's got 3 personal. So 2 of the better players on both these squads in foul trouble here early in the second half.
R.J. 63% free throw shooter on the season. Bruins up to 34 points. Back to work on defense are the Bruins as the Fighting Saints try to add to their totals on offense. De La Cruz from near that free throw line. This time he's off the mark. A couple of touches on the rim. Cleared away by Jaden Phillips. J.J. Montgomery has his defender fly by, but the shot rolls off the front of the rim. R.J. Smith battling inside. He'll get it to go on the putback. A foul called and an and one coming up as Kellen Harrison will pick up his 2nd foul.
Yeah, R.J. Smith looked pretty happy to get that one up and in. He's kind of been struggling from the field a little bit today, but able to knock down a big and run right here and trying to get this to a 5-point lead game.
6 points on the night for R.J. Again, hello to his family listening in out in California. El Dorado Hills to be exact. Crossover drive down the lane, pull up shot, way off the mark on the miss by Round.
Now, Carroll hasn't missed that badly a lot this game. Bruins able to get the board here and trying to make it a 1-possession game.
Bellevue back to within 5 points. RJ back to Liam. Liam spin, left hand. 10 points for Liam Thompson, the Arizona native. Putting up some big points for the Bruins, and that'll cause the Carroll College coaching staff to call a timeout. 42-39, Bruins would trail by double digits. A good chunk of that first half are back to within 3.
Yeah, you got to be really happy if you're Coach Gabriel with Liam Thompson's offensive output. 10 points, 5 for 5, also adding on 5 rebounds. Liam Thompson, kind of like you said, not known for his offensive play, more of defense. He's coming into this game, only 4.1 points per game. It doesn't shoot that well from the field. He's usually more of a glue guy forward for these Bruins, but today he's been able to make it stick a bit with those 10 points on the offensive end.
So Lucas Gabriel, I'm sure, much happier with the start of this second half than he was with the first half, where the Bruins didn't make a field goal until their first 10 shots had gone off. Oops. Do you have a men's one of these by chance?
Ooh, look right here for you. Kind of got to maybe hit it under all my stuff. There we go. There you go, Mick.
All righty. Shuffling papers up here at our broadcast bench as the timeout concludes and both teams head back to the floor. Liam just tied his high-point game of the season with those 10 points. He's been helping to carry the load for the offense tonight for sure. Carroll College trying to get some separation once again. Shot clock into single digits. De La Cruz, kick out pass to Round. He tries to go to the left side of the lane, has it stripped away by Jaden Phillips.
Not making the turnover margin even at 5 for each team. Looking to get some points off of it.
Phillips underneath, hits the bottom of the rim on that shot. Just got too far under. Carroll College trying to run. Nice work underneath on the assist. Isaiah Crane to Lawrence De La Cruz for the basket.
Did they just call a warning, I think, on...
I think he called
Isaiah
a warning
Crane?
about touching the basketball after the made basket. You're not supposed to touch it. You let the other team get possession of it. Back into the game for Carroll comes Drew Jones.
And we've already had a couple warnings and technicals in this game, so getting a little feisty out there between these two top teams in the Frontier Conference.
Thompson across the timeline with the dribble. He'll leave it behind for J.J. Montgomery. Now to R.J. Smith. R.J. kicks it back out. Reversal of the basketball. Phillips picked up by Round. Jaden the shot. Nice floater. Jaden Phillips adding to his totals for the Bruins.
Back to a one-possession game. Bruins down by 3, but just got to talk about the fight from these Bellevue Bruins, is able to get back in this game after the slow start.
Up and under, no good. Shot kicked away, however, in the hands of Christie. Now Drew Jones into the lane. Bounce pass behind for Christie. That one is good. Nice assist on the play by Drew Jones. And Nate Christie with the bucket. Couple of nicely assisted baskets for Carroll County. Thompson to RJ. There's another nice assist as well on the Bruins side. Liam to RJ.
Liam Thompson's kind of taking a point forward kind of play here in this game.
Knocked out of bounds by JJ. It'll stay Carroll basketball.
Now Liam Thompson just got his first assist of the game, but he's been doing a lot of ball handling for the Bruins today, along with those 5 rebounds and 10 points.
Matt Mathok and Jermaine Halliburton check back into the Bruin lineup. Number 25 and 5, respectively. Halliburton chests up against Crane. Contact there. Good defense by Liam, denying any kind of a look inside by Jones. And now it's Harrison's turn to try to drive down the lane. A good defense by J.J. Montgomery. But Kellen Harrison able to get over the top for the basket. Here's Jaden Phillips dribbling across the game. Has it stolen away. Kellen Harrison came up from behind and looking ahead. And a nice acrobatic basket by Drew Jones.
A quick couple buckets by Carroll, and it's back to a 3-possession game and almost another turnover.
And Lucas Gabriel does not like what he's seen over the last 20 seconds or so. He'll call the timeout to talk things over with the Bruins. Kind of a composure timeout here to get things back on track. 14:47 to go in tonight's game. Bruins trail by 7 at 50-43.
Kind of looking at the stats here so far in this half. The Bruins do have a 12-11 advantage, but Carroll's been able to kind of stretch that lead back out to 7, making 3 of their last 3 field goals. Carroll still shooting at a very high mark, 59% from the field. Bruins have been able to get to 49%, so much better offense, but after that one possession, Carroll was kind of able to spread that lead back out a little bit more. Both teams not shooting well from 3 at all, each making 1 apiece. And then from the free throw line, Bruins been able to get 80%. And turnovers, Bruins able to just had 1 there, making it 6-5, adding with Carroll having 10 points off of them.
One of the things that Carroll has done well tonight is they've varied their offense. They're not relying upon one guy. They've got a couple of guys in double digits. They've got a couple of guys with 8. They've got some other guys contributing some points as well. So the Bruins can't focus on 1 or 2 players. They've got to defend the whole floor.
Yeah, Carroll, they facilitate the ball pretty well. Right now they got 10 assists on 22 made buckets in that game. That first match with the 81-77 win for the Bruins, they had 21 assists in that game. So something to definitely watch out for. And you've seen they've been able to get a lot of backcuts and good passes.
Jermaine Halliburton with a nice drive. Some hang time for Jermaine as well as he gets the angle off the glass, and a free throw coming up as well.
Seems like anytime right when Jermaine Halliburton gets off the bench, he's just able to get a quick bucket. He did that in the first half when he first came in to kind of maybe start that run for the Bruins, and able to get an and 1 here and a big one to make it back to a 4-point game.
First year as a Bellevue Bruin for Jermaine. The junior out of Sacramento, California, another part of that Sunshine State crew. Bellevue has always recruited very heavily the junior colleges of California. Bruins trying to increase the defensive intensity a little bit more on this possession. Christie, the left-handed shot, no good. Matt Mathok clears the defensive glass. Christie trying to get it back. Matt clears it. Halliburton. Now Sherwood. Now Montgomery. Bounce pass inside. They say no shot. Foul inside. That's going to go against Drew Jones. His second personal foul. Fourth team foul, so not a free throw shooting situation. Halliburton will trigger it in.
What a pass by Sherwood, though, to get it through the tight hole to Mathok, just not able to get it up and in.
Mathok once again, contact made, defender falls to the floor, and that will finish with that left hand, his natural side. You mentioned earlier that it was getting kind of rough inside. Well, it's continued here into the second half as well.
A quick 5 points for the Bruins makes it a two-point game.
And again, stepping on the sideline. That's the third time that Gavin Gross has been called for stepping on the sideline.
That's crazy. Because you think that after the first couple times, you know, would know have to stay in a bit, but definitely a tough one for Gavin so far, getting 3 turnovers that could have been easily avoidable.
Saints coach Dan Pearson in the ear of the official right near him. Don't know if he's complaining about that, but Jermaine Halliburton once again delivers that left side layup.
Jermaine Halliburton providing the spark for the Bruins. 7-0 run for the Bruins, back to a 50-50 game.
First time we've been tied since 0-0. Bruins have fought uphill this entire game. Hopefully they still have momentum to go with it. Here's Gross. He'll knock that one down. Gavin Gross, the freshman out of West Lynn, Oregon, gives the lead back to the Fighting Saints.
Definitely good for Gross to get into the scoring column there after the few bad turnovers in the corner. And just like that, Carroll back up by a bucket.
J.J. Montgomery thought about the 3, instead will penetrate, kick it back out. Sherwood denied a look inside. Shot clock down to 7. Halliburton works around a trio of defenders. His pass goes to Brutus the Bruin. I don't think Brutus is eligible to shoot, so it'll be a turnover. As we've got multiple substitutions coming in after that pass out of bounds.
Yeah, just good defensive possession by Carroll. We're able to get Jermaine kind of off balance, and he had not a lot of places to go. Everything else was covered, and just had to throw that one away, but didn't lead to a fast break bucket. That's all you need.
Bruins average about 10 turnovers per game. They have 7 tonight. Drive into the lane, kick out pass. McGarvin spins, delivers to De La Cruz. His layup no good. Matt Mathok coming to the defensive play for the Bruins on that one to deny an easy look for De La Cruz. Here's Mathok splitting defenders. He'll flop to the floor.
That was a card.
Nice roll there.
Yeah,
nice somersault.
Yeah, somersault. That was crazy.
As the officials confer to see if he was in the act of shooting or not. Foul's going to go against Isaac Round. That's his first personal, 15 fouls, and they'll say Matt Mathok was in the act of shooting. First free throw is good. Matt's been in the program, I believe, his 3rd year now. The 6'6" sophomore out of Council Bluffs, Iowa. And makes them both. He'll step out, R.J. Smith back in, so good minutes from Matt Mathok in that post position.
You know, Bruins getting back to a 2-point game. Just haven't been able to get the stop to take advantage and have a chance to take the lead. So interested to see how this defensive possession is going to go for the Bellevue Bruins.
Jermaine's going to be called for the foul there, trying to get the steal, but grabbed the wrist. So side out play for the Fighting Saints right in front of their bench.
Jermaine's been close to getting a couple steals, but just been called for a couple of those fouls.
De La Cruz with the basketball. Out to McGarvin, back to De La Cruz. Shot clock down to 4. De La Cruz with the shot up and in. He's just loved that area right around the free throw line. That's where most of his shots tonight have been taken.
Yeah, that was a really good job by De La Cruz to kind of get that pump fake, get the defender up in the air, and able to get just enough space to make it an easy mid-range. Another one for the Defensive Player of the Week in the Frontier Conference.
14 points for De La Cruz. Here's Jaden Phillips on the drive. He'll get the layup down the right side.
Good for Jaden right there. Just get that nice touch off the back of the rim and in. Make it a 1-point game.
8 points for Jaden. The drive to the basket. A foul's going to be called. Let's see if it's offensive or defensive. It looks like defensive. It's going to go against Elijah Sherwood. They say on the floor or in the act of shooting. Everybody's kind of milling around. That was just the 3rd team foul against the Bruins. But they say, yes, in the act of shooting. So Drew Jones, 2 free throws here.
It's crazy to think that the Bruins are now at 54% from the field in this game, especially with how that start went. And both teams are kind of on a run here. 6 of 6 for the last field goals for the Bruins. Carroll 5 of their last 7.
Take away that 0 for 9 start, the Bruins will be 21 out of 30 since then. So that's an incredible, that's close to 70%. Down by 3 once again. Bruins basketball. Halliburton brings the ball up the floor. Isaiah Crane providing some token pressure. Ahmad Bynum to the near side. Sherwood passes up on the 3. He'll drive the left side for the layup.
Really good job by Sherwood there. Pass up the open 3 for an easier lay-in. Get this back to a 1-point ball game.
First basket tonight for Elijah. A little floater in the lane by Harrison. No good. RJ had the rebound momentarily, then tips it out to Halliburton, so the Bruins save the possession.
A chance to take the lead here for the Bruins.
Go.
Bynum outside the arc. Doing some dribbling. Now penetrates. His shot a little bit too short, but 2 free throws upcoming for Ahmad Bynum.
And Ahmad Bynum again hitting the floor. Definitely been a physical game for Ahmad Bynum.
Bynum's been pretty much a model of consistency. He's averaging 20.1 points per game for the season, 20.4 points per game in just conference play. So you're going to get a good offensive output from him every night out. First free throw is good. He's a 77% free throw shooter. 77% on the season and 77% in conference play. So, bam.
Yep. Very consistent is Ahmad Bynum, but that's something that's been huge for the Bruins this year, just being able to rely on a guy that can give you 20 night in and night out.
That one bangs a couple of times against the rim in the backboard, but it goes down. It's a 1-point lead for the Bellevue Bruins. First lead of the night for the home team. Crane working inside. Ahmad Bynum will draw the foul. 2 free throws upcoming for Crane. That's the 2nd personal foul against Ahmad, 4th team foul.
Yeah, definitely just a tough one there, and Carroll getting a chance from their leading scorer to get the lead back.
Crane, a 79% free throw shooter on the season. Second free throw upcoming. We're tied at 58. It's our 2nd tie of the night. 50, and now at 58. Off the mark, R.J. Smith with another strong rebound.
RJ now with 6 rebounds on the game. He's been a double-double machine for the Bruins.
Phillips finds the seam, open look. Ahmad Bynum from the corner. Rattles, won't go down. Contact made on the battle for the rebound. And that'll be a personal foul against R.J. Smith as Isaiah Crane gets knocked to the floor. First personal against R.J. Hey, we're at the 10-minute media timeout. Our score, 58-58. Tie ball game here in this battle between the 2 teams tied for 2nd place in the 12-team Frontier Conference.
Yeah, Bruins 7 of their last 8 from the field. And again, just getting that shooting percentage up and up even more. 54% for the Bruins, 57 for Carroll.
One final time, we'll call out for text messages. We can't take phone calls, but we can take text messages. I think somebody was trying to call in here in just a little bit. 402-515-7654 is a text number to send your messages to. Thanks to everybody who's played along with us tonight. We always have fun hearing where people are listening in. We don't have access to our YouTube page tonight, so we can't see how many people are listening in right now, but usually we get several hundred people. Moms and dads and relatives and friends who can't make it in person. People listening in from Montana. Fighting Saints fans as well as Bellevue fans. We've heard from Texas, we've heard from Utah, we've heard from North Dakota, we've heard from California, and all points in between. All right, back to the action. Crane to Christie. Back to Crane. Trying to work the left side, R.J. Smith. Oh! R.J. got the clean block.
No, a bit surprising with that call right there for sure, but I think that's going to be R.J. Smith's second personal foul. It's not in bad foul trouble just yet.
I guess they say they got him with the lower body. The block was clean up in the air. That's what I was watching, but the official said contact with the lower body, so Isaiah Crane back to the free throw line. Makes the first of 2. Crane up to 13 points tonight, 14 points. He and De La Cruz tied for the team lead at that mark. And he'll take the team lead with 15.
Carroll able to get that lead right back, but Bruins looking to respond. His offense seems to be picking up a lot here in the second half.
Jaden Phillips. Bruins with good spacing on the floor. Penetration by Bynum, up and in over the top of the rim.
Mod Bynum just so good at finding openings down when he's trying to drive in for a layup, and able to do that again. Ties it up 60-60. What a ball game.
He can cover some territory with those long strides. Harrison denied by Smith, this time into Christie. Left-handed shot, that's contact. That's going to be 2 free throws upcoming for Nate Christie.
Those fouls kind of picked up quick for the Bruins. They just picked up in the last couple possessions, kind of got that up, and now both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Elijah Sherwood picks up his 3rd personal foul. Southpaw shooting Christie makes the first. Carroll regains the lead. A trio of Bruins back on the floor. Mathak, Montgomery, and Thompson. Drew Jones checks back in for the team from Helena. Second one a little bit short. Mathak grabs the rebound. Bruins trying to regain the lead, down by 1. Matt Mathak spins right into his defender. Kick out past Montgomery. Thought about the 3. Instead drives and kicks. Ahmad Bynum off the mark on that shot as it goes collected into the corner by Kellen Harrison.
And that's not the shot you wanted if you're the Bellevue Bruins. Still 11 on the shot clock. Don't need to take an unforced 3 there.
Loose ball down below. Matt Mathak comes away with it.
Could have got a break started there. There's 2 players down the floor.
And off the glass, Ahmad Bynum again. Those giant strides into the lane. Hangs it and off the glass and in.
Big bucket right there from Ahmad Bynum, who's come up clutch here, up to 17 points with 7:45 to go.
Bruins back up by 1. Baseline drive out of control. Loose ball saved by Isaiah Crane from the over and back situation. De La Cruz short on his shot. Matt Mathakis picked up 3 rebounds in the last minute or so for the Bruins on the defensive glass.
Yeah, it's kind of turned back into a track meet, kind of like we saw early in the first half.
Montgomery tries to drive. He's cut off by Christie. De La Cruz on defense. Kicks back out. Jaden Phillips. Single digits on the shot clock. Jaden into the lane. He'll pull up from just inside the free throw line. That's no good. De La Cruz, or excuse me, Crane comes away with the rebound. He'll shoot for a 3 and knock it down. Isaiah Crane with the triple. That's his second tray of the evening, and a timeout on the floor. 6:56 to go. Carroll up by 2, 64-62.
And a big shot by Crane there. 2 of the team's leading scorers just kind of going back and forth here as we get closer to the end of this ball game. Ahmad Bynum, 19 points, 6 of 13 shooting. Fortunately, hasn't been able to make a 3-point bucket, but the Bruins haven't themselves. Only 1 3 on the game, and that was made by Jaden Phillips. But Isaiah Crane, 18 points, 5 of 12 so far in this game. So the leading scorers for both these teams are leading the way.
One more text in the queue. Great game, Jermaine and team. We're all watching from Sacramento, California. Go Bruins. That's Jermaine Halliburton's family.
And I decided to go up onto the YouTube page to see if we had any comments. And we got one from Allie saying watching from Helena, Montana. One from Kelly where 11-year-old Owen said, go Carroll. And Bobby said that he's listening from Arlington.
All right, back to the action on the floor. Bruins trail by 2 after that last tray by Isaiah Crane. Bruins trying to run some picks on the opposite side of the floor. Ahmad Bynum freed up, steps inside. High arcing shot, that one's no good. Crane coming away with the rebound. Saints quickly up the floor. Quick release 3-point shot. That one's off the mark on the attempt by Kellen Harrison.
Yeah, definitely not the shot that Dan Pearson wants. An early shot in an early shot clock. There's about 25 seconds so there. Could have worked it a little bit more.
Phillips left side lane. He gets bumped. And there's the whistle. Shot won't go down, but Jaden will have a couple of free throws upcoming.
Yeah, Jaden just seems a bit frustrated after the shot, kind of clapping his hands after not able to get in. He's had a couple ones close to the 10 that haven't been able to knock down for him, but hopefully seeing a couple go through the 10 here at the line can help out with that.
Jaden, the senior out of Oakland, California, 3rd year in the Bellevue program. He redshirted last year. Off the mark with that shot. Second one is good. One-point ball game led by Carroll, nearing the 6-minute mark. Drive to the baseline, R.J. Smith. Got the block, but it goes off of Ahmad Bynum out of bounds, so Carroll will keep possession.
Still a good defensive play by the Bruins there, just trying to do everything they can to save that ball. Just unfortunately weren't able to do there.
Back into the hands of Isaiah Crane to Christie. Contact made off the glass and in. The left-handed shot by Nate Christie. 6'7" freshman knocks that one home. Christie now in double digits with 11 points. Nice head fake by J.J. Montgomery. Got the defender in the air. Ahmad Bynum with the shot for 3. No good. Ahmad on the floor. Carroll running the floor. No good on the shot from Harrison. Here's one from Jones from behind the arc. The tray from Drew Jones. And Lucas Gabriel wants a timeout as Carroll has opened up a 6-point lead with 5:19 to go.
And the Bruins were hot from the floor, but all of a sudden, no field goals in the last 2:40 for them. And the Fighting Saints have been able to take advantage. Back-to-back buckets there, and a huge 3 just right there from Jones to get himself to 9 points. And Right now, all of a sudden, the Bruins got to fight back again, down by 6 with not too much time to go.
You hope the Bruins just aren't out of energy. They had to use so much energy to get back in this game after going 0 for their first 9 shots, having to overcome a double-digit deficit. Ooh, how's that for alliteration? for much of the first half. Hopefully there's some more in the tank here to make another run here with a little over 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, and I definitely think it's a good timeout by Coach Gabriel. Just, again, to just kind of calm down his guys. He's probably telling them the same thing he told them when they were down 17-4 earlier in this game. And we'll see if that can kind of help the Bruins get back into this game. Big offensive possession right here. And right now, you got to just feel that the Bruins, they just feel due for a 3. 1 for 15 on the game. Have had good looks at it. I'd be surprised if they don't knock down at least 1 before this game is done.
Yeah, Bellevue's averaging just under 10 made three-pointers per game. So 1 for 15 tonight, as you said, Jake. That's very uncharacteristic. But they're still in the game, down by 6 with 5:19 to go. All right, here come the Bruins on offense. Let's see what they have in the tank. Jaden Phillips with the basketball. R.J. Smith passing through, trying to establish position inside. Jaden can't get it to him. R.J. comes out for the high pick, trying to free up J.J. Montgomery. Nothing available there. Shot clock down to 4. Jaden, that's going to be definitely a foul.
Yes.
Take your pick. A couple of guys could get the foul on that. Let's see which one gets the blame. It is Isaiah Crane, and that's his 4th personal foul.
And that's a big one, the leading scorer for Carroll tonight with 18 points. If he has to go to the bench, that could definitely change up a lot of the offensive landscape the rest of this game for the Saints.
Ooh, rims out.
And Jaden, he's someone that doesn't miss the line too often, 75.6% coming in this game. And so far, he's missed a couple of big ones, now at 2 for 4 on the game.
He's one of those guys with the experience that you rely on, in critical situations. He's come up big many times in his career here at Bellevue. Second free throw is good. It's a 5-point game. Jaden will get a break. Ahmad Bynum back in after getting a break himself. This Frontier Conference men's basketball squad, a very, very strong division in the NAI. A lot of very, very good teams. Crane somehow keeps his left foot planted as his pivot. Ball back in his hands once again. Bynum drawing the defensive assignment. RJ comes over to help. And the shot rolls off the rim. No good. It's out of bounds. It's off of RJ, however. It'll stay Carroll basketball.
Oh, and it looks like Coach Gabriel wants to review that play. Definitely seems confident that's going to be out on the Saints. I saw right away, Coach Gabriel did the replay sign right when that went out of bounds. So
Liam Thompson was doing the same thing as well on that one. So 2 of the 3 officials will come over and look at the review screen.
We just got a new screen up here in our press box, but fortunately not ready for replays just yet. So we're going to have to wait and kind of go off on what the officials say. But definitely, I think from our vantage point, I personally think that it looked like it was off of the Saints, and Coach Gabriel and Liam Thompson seem pretty confident that it will be Bellevue Bruins basketball.
That'll give us a chance to let you know that we'll be right back here tomorrow afternoon and evening. A 5 o'clock start for the women's game, a 7 o'clock start for the men's game, as the Bruins will host Rocky Mountain College. They're the #1 team in the men's side of the Frontier Conference. 14-2 overall. They're playing tonight at Dakota State in Madison, South Dakota. So we'll see how that one turns out and see if we have 2 teams tied for first or 2 teams tied for second or some other mathematical convolution there. Rocky Mountain's women's team also having a good season. They're currently tied for 3rd in the women's Frontier Conference. Now all 3 officials conferring down below us.
It's going to stay Carroll basketball.
So it was either inconclusive or was the way it was called.
And
so no more challenges left for Lucas Gabriel.
And that also used the timeout with them losing the challenge. So no timeouts for the Bellevue Bruins the rest of this game. It says one, my bad. Stats broadcast is incorrect, showing no timeouts. So they do have one timeout, so that's something that still will be big as we get closer to the end of this ball game.
Like to have at least one in your pocket for the end of the game. There's a sweeping move by Isaiah Crane as he continues to add points to his personal and team totals. Crane now up to 18 on the night.
Yeah, that no field goal stretch for the Bruins is up to almost 4 minutes on this game. Definitely was the time to not score, but Liam
Thompson keeps his night perfect as he's up to 12 points. That's a new season high for him. He's a perfect 6 for 6 from the floor.
A little bit of added pressure for the Bruins here, trying to just cause some issues to this Carroll offense since they've been firing on all cylinders lately in these past few possessions.
Just over Liam's outstretched hands in the arms of Isaac Round. Round to Nate Christie. Liam Thompson with the steal with the left hand. Bruins on the run. They don't have numbers. Now it's back to 5-on-5 on this half court. J.J. Montgomery can't get around Round. Ahmad Bynum for 3, no good, but the foul is called, so 3 free throws upcoming, and that's the 5th personal foul against Isaiah Crane, the leading scorer for the Fighting Saints.
That is a huge foul on Isaiah Crane. The primary scorer for this Carroll team has 20 points on this game, getting his 5th personal foul. Most of the offense has really run through him. He also added on 8 rebounds and 6 assists. Will be very interesting for the Fighting Saints to see how they can kind of deal with offensively without him on the floor. But a couple big free throws here for Ahmad Bynum.
As you mentioned, also an assist guy for the Fighting Saints too. He distributes the basketball to his teammates as well as put points on the board himself. First free throw is good. Second one upcoming. 2 for 2. Looking for the trifecta.
So it's going to have to be a quick adjustment here for the Saints, and who's going to really be the point guard. I assume De La Cruz will kind of take on that role here in the last 3:13.
All 3 made. Another 20-plus point night for Ahmad Bynum. That's now the 13th time this year he's gone over the 20-point mark. A nice cut to the basket by Isaac Round, and it's back to a 4-point game. Just under 3 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah,
Jermaine Halliburton up and under, count the basket, and a foul as well. Another opportunity for a 3-point play. Foul's going to go against Drew Jones. That's his 4th personal foul.
So foul trouble starting to pick up in this game for the Saints, and I believe that's Jermaine Halliburton's 2nd and 1 of this game.
A chance to make it 10 points on the night for Jermaine, and he knocks it down.
With 2 for 2 on the line for Jermaine Halliburton. A big one there. 1-point game. Bruins need to stop.
4 Bruins now in double digits on the night. Round with the basketball. He'll give it off for Jones. Bruins have been in man-to-man defense all night long, as is their usual. Now Christie back to Jones, bounce pass inside, the old give and go. A foul called on the floor. That's going to go against Jermaine Halliburton. And that'll be a 1-and-1 situation. That's the 8th team foul against Bellevue. Carroll has 10, so the Bruins shoot in the double bonus as Nate Christie steps to the free throw line.
Oh, I believe it'll be a 1-and-1 for Carroll here.
Off the mark.
That's a big one. Nate Christie, 66.7% from the line, and a big miss right there. Bruins with a chance to take the lead, Mick.
Again, they've played from behind most of the night. All the first half, a good chunk of the second. Critical 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Ahmad Bynum for 3. Ahmad in front of the Bellevue bench, knocks it down. The Bruins up by 2.
Ahmad Bynum, how about that? A big 3-pointer when the Bruins needed it the most.
Isaac Round comes down and puts a 2-pointer in. We're tied once again. The 5th time we've been tied tonight, all of them here in the second half.
RJ Smith trying to fight down low here. Hasn't got too many opportunities there at the rim.
Bynum from the opposite side. A little short this time. RJ tries to keep it live. But a foul call, that's going to go against Nate Christie. Trying to elbow off RJ Smith. That's Christie's 4th personal foul. Dan Pearson up off the bench. And he's going to request a review of that last play. It was one of those plays where RJ rose above the defender to try to tap it out to a teammate. Now, whether he went over the back of Nate Christie or was Nate Christie trying to hold him down, that's going to be the issue. The call was a foul on Christie.
Yeah, definitely be an interesting call here. Christie seemed pretty confident that. I wonder if they're looking to see if maybe it was like a hook and hold type of foul right here. RJ kind of getting that ball in, kind of maybe was under the arm there of Christie and pulling him down. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see what the officials say here. But this could be a big call in this game. So I believe either way that this call is, it'll be free throws for one of the teams.
Well, it's a pretty quick decision. We're not exactly sure what that is yet, but it looks like the play is going to call as called, as I spit the words out.
RJ Smith, a 63.4% free throw shooter on the season, with a couple of big ones right here to get the upper edge in the Frontier Conference with just over 90 seconds to go.
He'll have 2 free throws as the Bruins are in the double bonus. Carroll College with more than 10 fouls in this half. RJ, a pretty good free throw shooter for a big man. We always qualify at that when we talk about big men.
Yes.
3rd leading scorer on the Bruins makes the 1st.
Yeah, he made that one like he shoots at 100%. Swoosh right through the bucket.
63% is the exact total on the season, so. Bruins with a 1-point lead. And Bruins with a 2-point lead, courtesy of RJ Smith at the free throw line.
Now Bruins has got to step up on the defensive end. They've been able to stop Carroll here and there.
1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in the game. Christie, the bullet pass to Round. He was out of control, crashes into the protective pads on the far end. Bruins have a temporary 5-on-4. And now Round is back. It's 5-on-5 once again. Bruins 10 seconds through the shot clock. Here's Ahmad Bynum.
Now Bruins are in a position they can kind of get that clock running a little bit more. Haven't had too many opportunities with the lead tonight.
Entry pass to RJ. Working inside, turnaround. RJ, 2 free throws, and now the turnaround bucket. And now we're going to review another play. Not sure what this is about. The official called for the review. I'm not sure what they're going to review. It was pretty obvious it was a basket.
Yeah, definitely a basket from RJ. I'm very, very confused. A lot of reviews here at the end of this game tonight, Mick. But
maybe they're checking the clock. There's 57 seconds left in the final minute of the halves. You're supposed to stop the clock after a made basket. So maybe they're checking to see if there's a couple of seconds that should be put back on the clock. That's my guess.
So probably will be 1 second was off the shot clock, so I assume you're right, 59 seconds should be left. And, you know, you might think right now 2.6 seconds, but, you know, 2.6 seconds of basketball, that could be big, especially towards the end of games.
And a few seconds now, 1:02. So if that's the case, the clock shouldn't have been stopped. If there's more than a minute, if it's 1:02, the clock should have run.
Yeah, it should have been, because in that take, it should have been the 59 seconds since there was 1 second off the shot clock. So a little bit interesting here, but
oh well.
There's been a couple questionable things with the officials tonight, but, you know,
it's not like every second matters, you know. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, a 4-point lead for the Bruins. 1:02 officially remaining in the game. Bruin bench making a whole lot of noise Bruin defense. Let's see if they're up to the task. Carroll College with the basketball. Here's De La Cruz. Now to Christie. Coming around the corner. R.J. Smith got his hands on it. It's going out of bounds. It'll stay Carroll basketball. Drew Jones tried to pass inside. It was deflected by R.J. Smith. And then it went out of bounds. So Carroll has possession. 18 seconds on the shot clock. 49 seconds on the game clock. Here's De La Cruz. Jones. Round. De La Cruz, a three-point attempt. It's no good. Jermaine Halliburton with the rebound. And there's contact by Lawrence De La Cruz. That'll be a foul on him. That'll send Jermaine Halliburton to the free throw line for 2 more free throws. First personal against De La Cruz. So the Bruins can ice it at the free throw line. Currently a 4-point lead. Here's Jermaine Halliburton.
A big rebound by Halliburton with 3, but you just got to give a lot of credit to R.J. Smith on both ends of the floor here in the last couple minutes, getting it done on the offensive end, getting a couple deflections on the defensive end.
Halliburton with the free throw. That makes it a 5-point game.
I bet if you told Coach Gabriel when it was 17-4 that the Bruins would end up getting to 80 points in this game, I don't know if he would have believed you.
11 points for Halliburton. That one's off the mark. Here comes Round with the basketball near the half-minute mark. He'll launch a 3. That one's short, no good. Ahmad Bynum with the defensive rebound. Ahmad up ahead to JJ. JJ will just try to dribble around, but a foul will be called. That'll stop the clock at 20.8 seconds. Foul will go against Isaac Round, his second personal, but 2 more free throws, this time for J.J. Halliburton. Excuse me, J.J. Montgomery. I just gave him a new last name. No points tonight for J.J. 0 for 3 from the floor. 2 rebounds and an assist. And there is his first point of the night. That makes it a 6-point game. 1 more would pretty much ice it away, as it would be a 3-possession lead. But no, off the mark, but the ball comes back out in the hands of Ahmad Bynum as it's tipped away. Jermaine Halliburton, excuse me. Suddenly my brain has shut off. Sorry about that. This time the foul will be called against Lawrence De La Cruz, his second personal, and 2 more free throws, this time Jermaine Halliburton.
And Jermaine Halliburton's rebounds, they've kind of maybe have been the main thing that's kind of iced this game, getting one on the defensive end and getting that one right there.
And no, Bruins still given a distant hope for the Fighting Saints. Now Thompson and Smith will head back on the defensive end. And there we go. There's the 3-possession game, 7-point lead. Harrison, a 3-point attempt. That one's a little bit short. RJ will grab another rebound, and the Bruins can just dribble it around with 7 seconds, 3 seconds. And there's the buzzer, and there's the final score. The Bellevue Bruins hold the home court with an 82-75 victory over the Carroll College Saints. With the victory, the Bellevue Bruins are now 19-4 overall, 14-3 in Frontier Conference play. For the Carroll College Saints, they dropped to 15-7 overall and 13-4 in the Frontier Conference. So the Bruins will hold on to at least second place and maybe a tie for first, depending upon the outcome of tonight's Rocky Mountain versus Dakota State game up in Madison, South Dakota.
A big win for the Bellevue Bruins. Another quad 1 win added to the tally for the Bruins. Definitely big right here as we're getting closer to the postseason. But just talk about the fight that the Bruins had tonight. We've been talking about it all game. Had a really bad start, 17-4 early in that game, and they just found a way piece by piece, was down by 8 going into the second half, and was able to drop 51 points here in the second half. They started 10% shooting, ended up being at 54%, but man, this Bruins team, they just find a way sometimes, even if it's not the prettiest.
That's exactly what you can summarize it as. The Bruins coming from that big deficit to win it We'll let Grand Liz have the final text message of the night. That's how you do. Way to go, RJ. Great game. We agree, Grand Liz. Thanks to everybody who sent along their greetings tonight via text. I know somebody was trying to call in a couple of times tonight. We apologize, we can't take calls during the game, but the Bruins with a 7-0 run over the final minute and a half of tonight's contest to secure the victory after being behind by double digits for a good chunk of the early half of the game.
Well, I'm going to kind of go through some of the final tallies here. Isaiah Crane was able to get 20 points, ended up getting 5 personal fouls, which I think was definitely a huge shift in this game. He was one of the main people on offense, and once he went out, the Bruins really started to go on that run after Ahmad Bynum got fouled for those 3 free throws. De La Cruz, the defensive player of the week in the Frontier Conference, got 14 points and added on. Harrison scored 8 for him. Whoops. Wrong button, but yeah, Harrison scored 8 for him. Christie added 11. Round added 7. Jones with 9. And McGarvin with 3 points. Going over to the Bellevue Bruins here. Ahmad Bynum again. You know, you were talking about consistency in this game where he averages 20 points a game in the Frontier Conference and overall in this season with 25 points. And 1, 2, 3, 4 players with 12 tonight for the Bruins. Halliburton, Smith, Thomas, and Phillips. But I think we have to give a lot of respect to Liam Thompson. He's usually a defensive guy, doesn't score too much coming in this game, 4.1 points per game, but able to get 12 tonight on a perfect 6-for-6 shooting, adding in 5 rebounds, and he was even a ball handler. If I were to give the player of the game tonight, I think it would just be to Liam Thompson with how he was able to step up.
I would agree with that, too. Second time this season, he's gone over the 10-point mark, so that's not normally what he's known for, as you said, is point scoring. He does the dirty work on the boards and defense. Ahmad Bynum, the 13th time this season he's gone over the 20-point mark in an offensive effort and also contributing as a ball handler as well for the Bruins. Lucas Gabriel and one of the Bellevue players will be able to make it up here to our post-game interview, so hang with us for that. We want to remind you that there's still some basketball left in this 2026 portion of the season. Tomorrow evening, Rocky Mountain College will come on to take on the Bellevue Bruins. The women's game starts at 5, the men's game at 7. Next weekend, the Bruins one more trip back to Montana in the regular season. On Friday the 13th, they're at Montana Western, and on Saturday the 14th, they're at Montana Tech. And the regular season comes to an end for the Bruins here on Friday, February 20th against Bismarck State, and the 21st against Dickinson State. A look ahead as well, the Frontier Conference Tournament hosted by Montana Tech in Butte, Montana. That starts February 27th and concludes on March the 2nd. The NAIA National Tournament begins on March 13th, the opening round. The Bellevue Bruins hope to be part of that once again. Frontier Conference does get 2 automatic qualifiers by virtue of having 12 teams, excuse me, in the conference.
But yeah, talking about with that, a big win with the Bellevue Bruins in the NAIA Hoops report, and their kind of version of the Nets rankings like the NCAA has. They had Carroll at 27. They are a team that has 4 Quad 1 wins, 8 total wins between Quad 1 and Quad 2. So being able to get a win like this on your home floor can only really help you as we get closer to tournament play here. And not only that, I know Bruins being in second place now in the Frontier Conference, if anything, they don't want to worry about waiting until that selection day. They want to make sure that they're in the field with an automatic bid. So definitely a win like this and a comeback win like this against a great team like the Carroll Fighting Saints just got to give you confidence, especially as we get to the last bit of games in this season.
The Saints will head on the road tonight and head up to take on Dakota State University, the Trojans in Madison, South Dakota tomorrow. Good luck to them as they continue on with the Frontier Conference slate as the Bruins continue to try to put together a good season, overcoming some of the difficulties at the end of last year. They've made a great 2025-26 season, and here comes head coach Lucas Gabriel on the run along with RJ Smith. They'll both be our guests on our post-game wrap-up, so hang on just a minute. They'll be up here and we'll talk about this one. RJ, the big plays down at the end. 12 points, 9 rebounds, All right, let's get this auxiliary. The Bruins celebrate another victory. That's their stats.
That's okay. Go ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead.
What were you thinking when the team missed their first 9 shots tonight?
I thought we were a little tight. Honestly, I just thought we were a little tight, and I thought that the boys knew it was a big game, and I just thought we came out tight. You know, we were getting. I just kept telling the guys, we're getting whatever we want. These are open shots. These are open layups. We're getting the ball to good spots. Just stick with it. Eventually they'll go, and I guess the three-pointer didn't really ever go for us, did it?
No, that was the sticky point tonight.
I hate to imagine what the score would have been had we made a shot or two, but you know, we said coming into the game we wanted to pressure the paint and we wanted to pressure the rim offensively, and we did that. We did that, and so to me that's why we scored without making 2 of 17 from 3, and we still score 82 points. Is pretty remarkable. But the boys, the men. Young men, they did a phenomenal job of just sticking with the game plan, offensively and defensively, even when it wasn't going our way. So
after that horrible start, you were 21 out of your next 30, so that's like 67 to 70% after that. So the offense did kick in. It just took time, as you said, maybe a little tight coming into this one.
It did. It seemed like it was all layups. It just seemed like it was all layups and free throws, which I think it was. So, yeah, we pressured the rim and like we wanted to, and it worked.
Another big night for Ahmad Bynum. 25 points, I think, was his final 13th time he's gone over the 20-point mark tonight. He's been very consistent between the conference and the regular season as well, the cumulative season. Talk about what it means to have him, to somebody who can put up big points like that every night.
You know, I want to say this about him. He's gotten zero national recognition this year. They came out with the top 100 list of players in small college basketball. No mention of him. There was 4 other players in our league on the list. In my mind, and what I've watched him doing this year, he is the best guard in the country. He is the best guard in the country, and I would put him up against anyone. And I would not take another. You could tell me I could trade any player in the country for him, and I would say no way. No way. He's easy to coach. He works his butt off. He shows up in the morning and gets extra reps. I can coach him hard in front of others. He's not sensitive, and then when we get out here and when you need him the most, he seems to always show up, you know. And so the lack of national recognition he's got is to me embarrassing a little bit when you see these things come out from NAI Hoops Review or from Bevo's top 100 list or whatever it might be, and just Frontier Conference Player, all that stuff. And it's fine. He doesn't care about any of that, and neither do we. I'm not politicking for him, but I'm just telling everyone we got a good one. If you got time to come out tomorrow and watch us play, you will see one of the best guards, if not the best guard in the country play.
Kind of going back to Ahmad Bynum, kind of what's the growth that you've really seen from him from game 1 to him now being definitely a top player in this conference?
Trusting his teammates. You know, at times he has a tendency to try to want to do it all on his own, and he can almost overdo it at times. You know, and so one of the best things I've seen from him is just be willing to let the offense work a little bit, let the system get some shots for you instead of trying to create everything off the dribble. I think he's gotten much better at that, and he's going to continue to get better at it. He can still get better at that. So, but just trusting his teammates and trusting his coaches and offense, that's where I think he's had major growth this year.
You had 4 guys who wound up with 12 points each tonight, including Liam Thompson, a guy you don't usually get a lot of offense from. He does the dirty work, rebounding, defense, things like that. Talk about Liam's contributions.
Liam is the most, you know, I can't tell you how many people in the last 4 years say, why do you play that Liam kid so much? You know, that's what they say to me. They say, why do you play him so much? And you know what I tell them? I say, when he's in the game, we win. This is the 3rd year in a row where we get these plus minus charts where it tells me who when you're in the game, what's the score over the course of the whole season. He is number 1 or number 2 on our team on the plus minus chart every single year. So I don't know exactly what it is he does. I'm not smart enough to figure that out, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you this. I know this. When he's in the game, we're winning. You know, when he's in the game, we're winning. So I try to get him out. When things aren't going right, I just say, well, get Liam in there. That'll make us start winning. And because it's been 3 straight years of him dominating the plus minus for our team. And so I'm actually really scared of what we're going to do when we lose him because he's my safety blanket,
I know. Something with Liam tonight, I was a little bit surprised with. Usually you guys kind of have him more be like the usual post player, but tonight he was really a ball handler. Was that something that you kind of had in the game plan, or is that something he kind of took on by himself in this game today?
We had some injuries 2 springs ago when the season wasn't going, and I had to, so that we could do some spring workout, we had like recruits coming in the gym, and it was like, well, we got to work out. We got to see what this recruit's got. And I had to make him play point guard. And one of the things that I saw right away was it's awkward. It's awkward. His game's a little awkward out there, but it's pretty darn effective. And so we've known this about him for 2 years, that he can handle the ball. And again, it doesn't look pretty, but I don't know if anything about his game looks pretty, but like I said, when he's in, we're winning. And so, he's one of my favorite players I've ever coached. He's just, the guy I don't think he's ever gotten a B here. He's a straight A student. He works incredibly hard. Everybody loves him. He's just an ultimate winner. He's just a big time winner, that guy. He won a state championship in high school, too.
He's just a winner.
The guy's just a winner.
RJ, we're going to say nice things about you here in just a minute, but one final question.
Well, not too. I don't like RJ, so I don't expect too much.
One of the things, this big weekend, you beat the number 2 team that you were tied with tomorrow. The number 1 team in conference, Rocky Mountain, comes in. Talk a little bit about, give us a preview of tomorrow's game.
Well, Rocky's got a heck of a team. They're the number 1 ranked team in the entire West region. And obviously, we're a game back of them in first. I don't know how they did tonight, but coming into today, we were. And we already played them once. They beat us on a buzzer beater at our place, and they got a heck of a team. They're big, they're physical, they pound you inside, they pound you on the glass. They're relentless defensively. They're number 1. They're number 1 in the West for no reason, for a reason. But we're excited. It's not every day that you get the number 1 ranked team in your region to come play you on your home court. And so we're thankful for the opportunity, and we're just excited to see, how we measure up against, the best. So let's see how we do.
Keep this nice home winning streak going, and we'll see you here tomorrow. Congrats on tonight. Good luck tomorrow. Coach Lucas Gabriel joining us on a post-game wrap-up.
We'll be ready to compete. Thank you.
Yeah, very
All
good.
Right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Here's Reggie. And I love Reggie. I was just kidding.
All right. Look at that handsome young man over there on the screen there. It's reversed, but you know what we mean. So joined now by R.J. Smith. A great game for you once again tonight, especially the last minute or 2. You made plays on both the offensive and defense end. Free throw line, baby hook shots, disrupting the play on defense. Talk about, first of all, the free throw line at a tie game, making a couple of free throws. What was going through your mind there?
I just try to make that nothing. Just blank out my mind. There's no situation going on. Just shooting a routine shot I do every day.
Just like you were there at 7 o'clock in the morning and just working nobody else in the gym besides you and the basketball, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way to do it. And then you come down and score another one on a hook to expand the margin. That's kind of your favorite shot, right? The little baby hook.
Yeah, it is.
When did you develop that? Is that something that's always been a part of your game? Or?
It instilled in me from a young age from my dad, yeah.
And he was a basketball player as well?
Yeah, he played in the NBA for the Portland Trail Blazers for a couple of years.
Okay, with a name like Smith, I wasn't sure, if there was a connection there, but so you've got some good genes going in you as well.
I do.
What do you hope to do beyond Bellevue University? Do you hope to continue on with basketball somewhere, or do you think this is something that may be the finale for you?
I mean, given the opportunity, I'd like to continue playing until I can't anymore, but we'll see what happens in this coming, finish the year strong. That's all I'm focused on.
You had a couple of nice blocks here, a couple of nice disruptions of guys going in for a shot. You suddenly appeared looming large, and they either took a bad shot or just drove away. What is your defensive strategy? Is there something you do on defense that coaches talk to you? I want you to be here. I want you to be a disruptor.
Yeah, I mean, coach just draws up the game plan for us every week, depending on the scout, and then we just try to follow it the best we can. Today, the first half, they were making a lot of tough shots over me, but then finally, when those started to stop falling, it all came together.
So last week, you ended up getting a career high with 15 rebounds. I know you did a lot of work in the offseason coming into this season. What's some of the progression that you kind of seen from yourself from game 1 to now being definitely one of the better big men in the Frontier Conference?
I mean, just always giving my all, chasing after the ball. The rebounding's always been like my dad, TCU leading rebounder all time, so he's always been rebound. The fundamentals of the game and stuff like that all fall out of place. Everyone's focused on scoring nowadays, but since he was a good role model, I guess I'm focused on that.
Is there something special about this weekend? You beat the number 2 team you were tied with, or you're playing the number 1 team tomorrow. What kind of incentive or inspiration does that give you to have another great game tomorrow?
I mean, the goal's always the same when we come out and play basketball. It's just win. So, yeah.
No matter who you're playing at any point at any gym.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give you an opportunity to say hello to everybody. Listen, here, look, that's where the camera is. So say hi to your family and everybody. We get all kinds of texts from people out in California.
Hi to my mom and dad back home in Sacramento. Hi to all my grandparents watching. Shout out Jake Lena. The Whale family in Henderson, Nevada. Everyone watching in, everyone support me.
All right, very good. Any final questions, Jake?
I guess definitely a big win for you guys tonight. I kind of saw you guys were kind of project around about just the bubble in, getting a big win tonight. What does that kind of mean for like kind of the rest of the season as we get closer to postseason play and NIA?
Just keep going. We know we can beat anyone. We can play with the best. Just keep going.
Very
cool.
good.
Thank
RJ,
you.
Thanks for coming up. Reggie.
Thank you.
Very good. Thanks for coming up and joining us on the post-game wrap-up. RJ Smith, another great game for the Bruins post players. He was the margin of victory at the end with a couple of free throws and a little baby hook and a defensive play as well as the Bruins with the victory. Now 19-4 overall, 14-3 in conference play. Be sure to come on back tomorrow for another big series on the women's and men's side as Rocky Mountain College comes in to take on the Bruins. We'll be back at 5 o'clock for the women's game, 7 o'clock game. Final thoughts, Jake, on the evening.
Big win for the Bruins. Look to get first place tomorrow in the Frontier Conference with a big game against Rocky Mountain.
All right, that'll wrap it up on the Friday night. Come on back on Saturday for more basketball. Mick Krupski for Jake Janicek signing off on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Good night.